Hey guys, welcome to Schlereth Slants. We'll get to Championship Sunday in a few minutes, but let's talk about some news going around the league right now. Adam Schefter from ESPN reporting the Packers are exploring trades of Aaron Rodgers, but exclusively to AFC teams. Now, here's where Aaron Rodgers kind of holds the cards. He can say, hey, man, you can pay me all my money. I can just walk away. But I'm willing to deal with you guys, and I'm willing to renegotiate the contract to make the trade more appealing. And it just feels a little bit like, think about this now, because Brady is out there as well as a free agent. But think about this, San Francisco 49ers. Like Brock Purdy, love what Brock Purdy has done. He's been incredible. But come on, if Brock Purdy was asked to take a backup role to Aaron Rodgers and learn from one of the best that's ever done it, you don't think that would be appealing? And I know everybody wants to compete, but man, what a landing spot in San Francisco. And then finally, the Green Bay Packers or Aaron Rodgers could finally win a playoff game in Green Bay, I suppose, if he went to San Francisco. Right? Isn't that the joke? Listen, I think that would be a great landing spot. Obviously, the Raiders, but you got to understand you're learning a new system. Aaron Rodgers, if he went to San Francisco, that's a derivative of the exact offense he's running in Green Bay. They run a little bit more three wide receiver sets in Green Bay than they do in San Francisco. But the bottom line is, all those plays, all that language, all that stuff is the same. Josh McDaniels, a different story. As far as Tom Brady's concerned, I'm sure Tom Brady, like to me, a match made in heaven, is going directly to the Raiders. You've got all the weapons there. Obviously, Devontae Adams, huge. Waller's a great tight end. Moreau's another backup tight end. That if you want to get in those two tight sets like they used to do in New England all the time, that would be a perfect match. I don't know if they can get Josh Jacobs re-signed, but they had a great running game. They've got Hunter Renfrow. I mean, that just would be that to me is the perfect match for Tom Brady going to the Raiders. And obviously with Josh McDaniels, he knows that system like the back of his hand. So that would make a ton of sense. Now, former coordinator, Tom Brady's former coordinator, Bill O'Brien, is going back from Alabama, the college game, back to the offensive coordinator position in New England, which he that was where he was. I will tell you one thing about Bill O'Brien, man. I don't know how great a head coach he was, and he had success in Houston, but I think the guy's a pretty damn good coordinator, and he's had success, and he's one of those guys that's in your face, will coach you hard, but he'll coach you well. And so I think that's a really nice fit. And obviously the experiment of, hey, we don't really have an offensive coordinator here in New England. It's kind of a whoever wants to call plays today type of thing between Patricia and Joe Judge, like that. That's ridiculous. So good to see New England kind of, come to their senses and hire a real offensive coordinator. And then the Associated Press came up with their finalists in regards to the MVP race. They have Josh Allen in there, Joe Burrow's in there, Jalen Hurts is in there, Justin Jefferson, and Patrick Mahomes. Those are their finalists. Of course, it's all quarterbacks with one wide receiver because I guess they have to throw a token positional player in there that's not a quarterback, which is insane to me. That's why, I think there should be two MVPs. There should be an MVP for football players and then an MVP for quarterbacks, because quarterbacks play quarterback. They don't play football. So I would rather see it divided that way, because it's just gotten to the point where it's just nothing but a quarterback award. And I understand why it's gotten to that point. It's like the Heisman, or as I like to call it, the Hypesman. I can't stand it because those guys aren't the best football players. They play quarterback. I mean, you cannot be called a football player if you wear a pink jersey at practice. Sorry, doesn't happen. They start off red, but they turn pink over the course of the season. Trust me, I've been there. I've seen the thing happen. So I want real football players. That said, I think it's Mahomes going away. Remember, this is not a postseason award. This is a regular season award. I think Mahomes wins this going away. That's my overall take. All right, like I said, we're going to get to the AFC and NFC championship games. Let's start in the AFC right now. And I tell you, before the season started, I picked the Kansas City Chiefs. And I'm telling you, that high ankle sprain, that scares me. Been there, I've done that. I look at that injury and having played with it. Now, I had it shot up. So I had it shot up for the divisional round of the playoffs. I had it shot up for the championship weekend. I had it shot up for the Super Bowl, and I actually had my leg shot up. This is 4 straight weeks. So it's 5 weeks after the initial injury. And I had it shot up so I could play in the Pro Bowl. And I couldn't play without it shot up. Now, what happens is all that medicine that you get shot up in that shin area drains down into your foot. So by the time you get it shot up and that gets numb, your whole foot goes numb at the start of the game. So you're playing out there on a club foot. You can't even feel it. And I just don't know that they can do that, or if they would do that with Patrick Mahomes. It's hard to play that way without any feeling in your foot. And here's my concern for the Kansas City Chiefs. I think their ability to play schoolyard football, their ability to have this spatial awareness when Patrick Mahomes breaks contain or starts scrambling around or buys some time. His connection with Travis Kelce it's like those two went to Hogwarts together. It's incredible, right? And so my feeling is they probably create 7 explosives, like 7 big time plays during the course of any game based on their scramble drill. Well, if you can't do that efficiently and you can't get away from that pressure if you're Patrick Mahomes and you go from 7 to 2, think about what that means. Now, I have a real concern about Patrick Mahomes' ankle, and about his ability to have off-schedule big plays, because that's a big part of their offense. And I'm telling you, they don't design them, but they count on them. Like, my initial response was, I think Kansas City wins this game, but I'm going to change that based on the injury to Patrick Mahomes and how the Cincinnati Bengals have adjusted. They've won 3 straight against Kansas City. They're not intimidated by Kansas City. And I think you just lose a huge part of your offense with that high ankle sprain to Patrick Mahomes. On the NFC side, you've got a matchup of the 2, to me, most complete rosters in football, the 49ers and the Philadelphia Eagles. And it's a strength-on-strength matchup. This is going to be an unbelievable matchup. It should be a great matchup. I love the Eagles, but I love the Niners a little bit more than I love the Eagles. And, Brock Purdy scares me a little bit, but Brock Purdy doesn't have to go out there and win for them. He'll win based on the way they set things up. So I'm going to take the Niners in this one, obviously with trepidation, because I could easily see, I'm not going to be surprised if the Niners win. I'm not going to be surprised if Philadelphia wins. So that's kind of where I am on the Super Bowl picks. My prediction changed based upon the injury of Patrick Mahomes. Instead of 49ers Chiefs, I'm going to go 49ers 49ers Cincinnati. I got to get used to thinking Cincinnati is a good team. It's really hard for me based on my history in the National Football League, but Cincinnati's legit, and they're legit on both sides of the ball. So my Super Bowl prediction is Bengals 49ers. And I think it'll be the 3rd time the Bengals and the 49ers have faced each other in a Super Bowl scenario. So we'll see what happens. Anyhow, like I said, like it and send me your comments below. That does it for us here on Schlereth Slants. We'll be back with you guys next week.
Thanks for watching. Feel free to check out our other videos, and don't forget to smack that subscribe button down below while you're at it. Also, for more great and original content, head right over to bvmsports.com.